Ms. Rózsa Mondschein, born in Pálháza in 1924. On November 26, 1944, I was seized from my apartment by Aerocross men and taken to the Tattersall, and from there to the Oboda brickyard. It was a large transport. I cannot give the number. On December 2nd, 1944, we were loaded into railway cars. We received no food at all for the journey. On the way, they once gave us canned tomatoes. At Hegyeshalom, we were taken over by the Germans, an SS unit. There they gave us bread and cheese. On December 9th, we arrived in Ravensbrück. We lived in a large tent camp, 2,500 of us together. In the mornings and afternoons, we had to stand roll call for hours, without any regard for whether someone was sick or not. They beat and struck us regularly. Our rations were as follows. In the morning, bitter black coffee. At midday, a few deciliters of turnip soup, and in the evening, a little bread. I was in Ravensbrück for 1 month. During that time, I shoveled sand. That was my work. After a month, they selected us for a labor transport. 700 went to Penig. For the 4-day journey, we were given food, namely, half a kilo of bread, 5 decagrams of margarine, and 2 decagrams of salami. In the armaments factory, I worked 12 hours a day. When we came back exhausted after the day's work, we still had to stand roll call for hours. Only afterwards did we receive the soup. A few pearls of barley grains were floating in the water. The factory was quite far from the camp. They took us there in a truck because, due to the inadequate clothing, everyone's feet were frostbitten. I lay ill in the infirmary for a month. When I recovered, I did not return to the factory, but worked in the camp. Despite my severely frostbitten feet, I still had to stand outside for roll call, even in the harshest cold. On April 13th, 1945, they set the camp off on foot. On the first day, we marched for 24 hours without stopping. In the area around Leipzig, we, together with 24 other companions, fell behind. We escaped. We were terribly tired and lay down in a field. It turned out that we had lain down almost in the middle of the front line. A German soldier brought us away from there and put us into an empty streetcar. We spent the night there, and then we went on. We turned our clothing inside out so that the red stripe on our backs and the numbers would not reveal that we were prisoners. We continued on as Hungarian female workers. We were in Chemnitz-Borna for 2 weeks. In exchange for little food, we did various jobs for some local families there. Then we went on. On May 5th, we reached the Czech border, but by then there were only 11 of us left together. Some of us had died along the way because, while we were wandering, one of our companions somehow gave away that we were Jews. They shot her. We fled, but they fired at us. A 13-year-old girl was hit next to me and shot dead.